but it's not meant to break you. I don't mean financially, because it might do that, but it's not meant to break you emotionally, physically, spiritually, or psychologically. So remember those people I just talked about, those loving, nurturing people who are so invested in your success? Well, they have another role too. They want to make sure that you're prepared for a world that's a little bit tougher than the one you're in, where the stakes are higher and the rewards and consequences can be greater. They want to build a structure for you that encourages success but allows for failure. So you don't study, you can fail an exam. You go party the night before a big game, your performance suffers. One of the things that college does is try to draw a clear line between your actions and consequences of those actions. So these 4 years really represent a chance to focus on the things that you can control and to become very familiar with your own sense of control and your own sense of having a real impact on the outcomes of your actions. The third thing I want to say is that college is can be very challenging, but it's not a lonely struggle. The coursework is going to be more challenging than anything you've had to date. You are going to think that some of your professors have lost their minds with their expectations, and you are going to wonder how in the world are you going to be able to do all these things and accomplish and finish and complete. But you will not be alone. You will be part of a whole choir of students wondering and saying the same things. So you will find a niche of friends and you will learn about who you really are. This is a time you will make decisions about your activities, your behaviors, and we just really implore you, try not to make decisions that will have permanent negative implications. Sure, you're going to make mistakes, absolutely, but they don't have to be, life altering mistakes. They can be places that you learn something from. Some things you're going to learn is I'm never going to ride someplace with that particular person again. They either don't know how to leave or they want to leave too soon. So you're going to be making all kinds of decisions. You'll learn to listen to your gut and how to trust when you should remove yourself from a situation. And you will find and embrace friends who reflect your values and support you being your authentic self. And for real, you will have fun like you have never known before. And when I think about the friendships that I made in college and how they've endured over the years, I have friends that I met the first day on campus and we are still friends. And there is something so wonderful and pure about knowing people who've seen you grow and who have grown with you. So I wish you long lasting friendships and really understanding that college gives you a chance to learn how to balance a range of things. The fourth thing I want to talk about is your relationship with your professors. They can be very intimidating sometimes and they can be aloof, but they can also be your biggest supporters. These are the people who will get on your nerves, but will also write the best recommendations for you and references that will make you think, I didn't know they thought that about me. I wish for you many moments when you're sitting in a class and you feel something in your brain actively shift as you respond to information you're receiving. Perhaps you're thinking about something you've never thought about in that way before. And you will know that some of your professors are brilliant. You will know this because Other people will say that about them, and they will often say that about themselves. But you will also know that they are approachable. You will find mentors among some of the best minds in the country. I saw the list of schools that you're attending. Wow, you are going to some great institutions and you are going to be exposed to some top-notch thinking. Take advantage of it. You will encounter people who will push you to greatness and with whom you will develop wonderful intellectual and supportive relationships. Will you also encounter people who don't seem to care or who seem to be tough for no reason? Probably. Will you encounter professors who don't practice the preparation that they preach for the organization? Probably. But if you think about every encounter being a learning opportunity, it will be easier to handle those professors who don't quite meet what you have in mind as the standard for what they should be. But the ones who do, take advantage of it, get to know them, and really benefit from this wonderful opportunity to learn with and from them. Number 5, I want you to remember that you are so valuable. Student athletes, you are ready for this challenge, but most importantly, you matter so much and you are so deeply loved. No matter what is going on, remember that. You matter and you are deeply loved. You matter to your families, to your friends, and to your communities. You represent our collective best hope for the future. And parents, you truly have prepared your sons for this moment. They are ready. I doubted this so much as I prepared to send my own son to college 2 years ago. Now, in full disclosure, my son was attending the university where I teach, on the same campus, in the same city, where I spend 8 to 10 hours a day, and I was a bit of a wreck. My friends got together and insisted that I never visit his dormitory, and they told me not to bother him under any circumstances. And I didn't go to his dorm, I didn't drop in on his classes, but I missed him so much. And there were times when I really could know that he was down the street, and I missed him so much. It was an ache like I had not known. And then one day he called and he said he had had the worst day ever. I can't tell you, my heart literally sank, and I prepared for all the bad things, the possibilities that ran through my mind. Had someone harassed him? Had a teacher been rude? Had someone been unfair? Had something happened? And then he described the worst day, and I'm going to share it with you. The worst day was he and his roommate were in their room. It was about 10:30 in the evening, and they were, as he said, starving. They had passed hungry a long time ago. They were starving. So they did what parents, all of your children are going to do. They ordered pizza. But while they were waiting for their order to come, an announcement came over the loudspeaker in the dorm that said there was free pizza in the lobby. So they made a calculated decision. They canceled their pizza order, ran down to the lobby, only to find that all the pizza was gone. The free pizza was gone. Disheartened and discouraged, they returned to their room and reordered their pizza. While they were waiting for their pizza, which they now found was going to take another hour to deliver, they walked to the store to get a drink, to the carryout on the corner. The carryout was closed. So they came back and they had to purchase a drink from one of the guys in the dorm who apparently had some Costco hustle where he was selling vital supplies, chips, drinks from his dorm room. His name was Snack Man. So they had to buy a high-priced drink from Snack Man, because the carryout was closed. The pizza finally came. 2 hours later, it was freezing cold, and it was the worst thing they'd ever had. I kept waiting. That was it. That was the worst day. I can't even tell you the relief and joy I felt about hearing what was a worst day at college. So, my dear parents and your beloved sons, I wish you so much joy as you prepare for the next phase of your life. I wish you peace in knowing that you are ready and that a nurturing environment awaits you. And most of all, I wish you all the best worst days ever.